and some characters didn't make it. But anyway, let's start with Jada. I want to start with Jada. I thought that was the best parts really of this season and this particular episode. I want to start there. Kim, what did you think about Jada's farewell?
I was in tears. I just crying, crying. I was like, oh my God. It was so sad. It was so sad. But and, I mean, saying bye to the actress, to the Jada, her character, it was very emotional, and I thought that they did it really, really well. Yeah, if you want to see your grandchild, even though she has other grandchildren, really wanted to see what Emmett and Keisha had created, right? And that's the last grandchild she saw before she died. Very, very emotional. Emmett, that actor, did a wonderful job. The way he cried like this woman was his real mom. And I loved the whole scene. I loved everything about it. I love that the fact that we all know that when people die, babies are born, right? So basically that's what that was, right? You have um Alicia, Alicia, she died, Jada died, and then two babies are born, which is that's real. I thought it was well done. I liked it a lot.
All right, Jamani, thoughts?
Yeah. Based on like the whole season, I was watching it and I was like, every time I see Jada, I was like, that whole cancer storyline is, I was stupid. They didn't really do anything with it. And then, I was applauding when they said the cancer came back. I was like, all right, so it actually does mean something. And so yeah, I liked what they did with the storyline and how they ended it, and yeah, I thought it was very Shakespearean. Both of the fraternal grandmothers are died.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right.
yeah.
So let's get to so I liked on top of that the part of passing on life, right? Like you said, like Jada, and we talked about this definitely last episode and a couple other reviews. We predicted both babies would be born the same episode. I thought they would both be at the hospitals, what I said, and I was wrong. They were true to Keisha's pattern as a character. She had Ronnie at home and the birthing thing at home, so it made sense that she would do that again. So they were consistent with that, and I should have thought about that. We talked specifically. We said they're going to have a girl. They're going to name it Jada.
Yeah.
I thought she would already be dead by now, and then they would do that. But it's even more beautiful that she's there, right?
Yeah.
And to hold her grandchild, and then she passes, right? And like you said, like Emmett didn't have to say anything. Like when he broke down and just cried for her, right? Like on her, like that is an arc, right? Like that's
Yeah.
season 1, episode 1.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you could see him being like, "Mama, don't leave me like this," right?
Mm-hmm.
And like that was awesome. And I thought that was cool. Hand claps for the actress played Jada. She left her mark on the shot. Absolutely. And they gave her like really, I mean, 2 strong episodes almost dedicated to her. You know what I'm saying? As as one of the season 1 characters. I mean, that's awesome. There you being about Ronnie's, grandmother, like she had a solid episode, but then she was gone like pretty quickly. And but you knew it though, like you knew why they were going through this journey. That kind of part. That was the path. That's part of the finale. While everything else was the past part. I think the best part. I know. I'm trying to understand that. But no, my looking and then Alicia, same thing. I want to put those two together. I wanted her to at least hear Rob. Like if she would have been realistically, if this show was done right, Tiffany, she would have been taking Tiffany to the hospital because the whole fucking season has been Alicia talking about my grandchild will be taken care of. My only existence is my grandchild and my legacy. She would have took her to the hospital and home, and then she would be killed there.
No, I disagree.
Go ahead.
She has had 2 things. It's been the grandchild being the legacy, right? and her basically forecasting her death. Yeah, let me give you the will. You're gonna be the executive of the estate and all this type of stuff. Her, basically foreshadowing or predicting that something was gonna happen. And the other thing is the revenge. I have to clean up the streets, whatever the hell that means, right? And all of this type of. So I'm like, it's fitting that her revenge, supersedes her quote unquote legacy or what have you. Or is that what Jamal says, the whole legacy thing or whatever? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so she it's fitting that she sacrificed one for the other, and it's almost Shakespearean that Nuck beat her to the punch of killing
Jada.
And he's the one who turns Candy. I can't remember what Candy's character's name is.
It's fine. Candy's fine.
On Alicia, and she doesn't have anything to say because it's like, I was gonna kill him, but I didn't. Like, it was all set up for me to kill him, but I didn't do it though.
No, see, my problem with that is that's not what happened. It's not like she knew. Unless I'm wrong. She said the baby was born. If she would have chose you're saying she chose a revenge over her grandchild, and that's not what happened. Like,
no,
she finally.
Well, all right. So she would have been there for Tiff, right? If she hadn't have, I gotta go out to see,
Reg get arrested.
Yeah, not Reg get arrested, but the girl, she said she wanted to meet at the restaurant or whatever, and all this other type of shit.
Yes, but that was about Reg.
Yeah.
So as I said, like she didn't know anything was going on with Tiffany until after Tiffany was born, and so I'm like, Tiffany should have told her up front. Like, that was my problem. Anyway, real quick, I want to fix with Jada and crew, because as much as I love the scene. And I loved Emmett being there. And I love the idea of she holding the new Jada. This would have been better, storytelling-wise, if this was Emmett's first child. And he and Keisha have been on again, off again, da-da-da-da-da. They finally figure it out. And this is their first, and this is her first grandchild. It would have made sense for her to be like, I put money aside for you, and I'm doing this for you and your future. And like that sort of thing. I'm upset that she had 3 other grandchildren.
I think is this the girl child? It's her first granddaughter, maybe.
Again, that would be part of the conversation, but I'm saying it's like they're trying to, much like when EJ was born to an extent, like you choose, right? They wanted to make it about this part of the family, and I get that, but I'm like, what about these other children? It just overall irritates me that they were like, the children were just pushed aside, especially this episode, and especially EJ at this point, because where the fuck is EJ?
I don't like. Let me not say no.
EJ
seems like grandmother. He has another grandmother, which
again,
is. But also, too, where was Tiffany's mom? She's having the baby.
Where is Alicia when she's having the baby? She was living with Alicia for the only purpose of giving birth. And she makes no effort to go call Alicia first and foremost. Like, she has
my mom second.
Okay, but she already had a bad relationship with her mom. That's been established from jump.
Yeah, that's true. But her mom, we saw her mom at the barbecue or whatever. They were fine. If you're gonna have, trust me. When you going into labor and stuff like that, if your mama is available, you want your mother. I'm
but
serious.
But then that would make more sense than I'm depending on Victor, the second guy I had rubbing on me.
Forget that. You're talking about a phone call to Alicia, as opposed to let's go all the way out of the way because I need to get a picture, a physical picture of Rob. Like, I don't have a picture of him on my cell phone.
Yes.
I was like, what the hell? What year is this?
Exactly. Right. Hey, go, please, Kim. Go ahead.
That is totally, man. That part of the episode was absolutely ridiculous. I was like, that would never happen. ever, not in the age we live in. We've been living with cell phones since the 90s, well, early 80s, 90s, right? Where you can put pictures on your phone. Stop it. Stop it. I was
Stop
like,
it. Stop it.
Who even prints out pictures anymore?
Yo, and then no one her age has a fucking a bedside portrait. And but she has been rubbed
maybe if
on
the
by
person died, maybe if the person died.
that's bullshit. That is
Well,
bullshit.
no, that makes sense. No, I believe what that's true. Sometimes you do want that picture next to you if someone passes away. That makes sense. It does. That it was on the nightstand. Okay. But she could have held her cell phone like this, looking at Rob.
And look at Rob. She not once was thinking about Rob when she getting finger banged by Victor and fucking Nuck. Like she was trying to figure out which man was gonna be up in her. Like she was not worried about Rob in any fucking way. It was Alicia who was like, "Don't forget my dead son." And then they were only 40 minutes away from the hospital. 40 minutes.
No, they're in Chicago, right? This is a major city. How are you 40 minutes away from the nearest hospital?
But wait, that was nighttime. By the middle of the day, they're still stuck in traffic. And like not one again, Alicia was not, to your point, not running around trying to get Reg arrested, which went absolutely nowhere. Like Alicia should have been, and then Alicia, Tiffany and that baby should have been her sole purpose. Where is this girl? Where is my grandson, my grandchild to be? None of this is discussed. All right. It took too long for her to go, oh, yeah, let me call Alicia, let her know I gave birth. I'm like, and then she texts Nuck. Wait, so then
didn't Alicia call her? Alicia called Tiffany because she said, we've been robbed. And she said, where are you at?
Yeah, sure, she did.
Damn.
She did.
I'm like, so this makes even less. And then she's like, okay, let me. And then she texts Nuck like he's some kind of home security. I got robbed.
Well,
Could you
he's
go?
A thug. He's a thug.
But that's her gimmick is telling people that she needs stuff because she told what is it Trig, yeah, I want some what do you call it, fast food or junk food, and he brings it over. She just randomly texts people and say, I need you to do something for me, and they'll just do it.
But I'm saying, Nuck, when he walks into a house with a dead woman on the ground, he don't ask the question, where's the woman that texted me and told me to come over? Like, he ain't like, oh, shit, is Tiffany okay? Is Tiffany here? He don't even text her back to be like, hey, girl, where are you? He just takes his happy ass home and smokes some weed. Like, you don't know where the fuck Tiffany is at. She could be dead upstairs. None of this is addressed. Like, he just says, like, hey, not my problem. And he just walks his happy ass out.
You know,
I'm like,
that is true.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. That is true.
Nothing. And I'm like, what? Like, wait, okay. Oh, hold on. We're going to the comments. My fault. I see y'all. In order, why Pastor Ezekiel looked like MC Hammer. He was too legit to quit. Where's Papa? Where's Papa? This is his church. This is his
last episode.
This man is, that's how unnecessary he is. This man has taken over your dad's church. He's not even in the pulpit. Like he should have been in the pulpit, introducing the new pastor. His mom should have been there. They're not even at church. Dominique and Jamal are not even in this episode. They should have been at church just to be there to acknowledge that they exist. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, Papa is unnecessary. Even in his own church.
I don't understand that. Maybe you guys talked about this in previous episodes, but he's like, he bought my father's church, but it's still in my mother's name. So what? How did you purchase
that happen?
It doesn't make any sense.
See, and again, bought and give money to are not the same words. I took it as they were in debt and he gave them money to get them out of debt. That's why, and then like he was going to use it in some type of way, but now that he fell from grace because of the white woman, he needed a new church to pastor. But that's still Papa. His dad is on the fucking wall. Like, Papa should have been there at least to be like, you work for us. You are pastoring my church because for some reason I can't. But my Papa's pulpit can.
No, that's where I needed to see a church board as opposed to the whole Lucille bullshit in the last show.
That's
right?
a good point.
What we need to see him get fired from said church. And I would have thought that Dre from Power would have said, all right, well, I should be the new pastor, as opposed to following him to the
Papa's
storefront church.
Well, again, that's not storefront anymore. This is like a mega church now. I mean, he like somehow redid it and everything. It has a whole second floor and stuff. Like, this is a far, far bigger church than what Papa's dad's had. I don't even understand that. Anyway, this was Lynn Whitfield's character, Alicia's first time dying in a show, and it was phenomenal. Her arc was okay. Like, the shooting didn't make any sense. Candy got a letter 9 months ago that said, if you're reading this, ex-wife who I don't talk to, if you're reading this, Nuck probably killed me. That's what the letter says. So she breaks into Nuck's place. He's the luckiest nigga on earth.
No, that's not what it said. It said, whoever killed me, kill them. And she was trying to find out who killed him the whole season. Because the first episode, she's talking to Alicia directly about it, and she's like, "Yeah, I didn't do it, or whatever." And then you don't see her again until she comes in to Nuck's place.
Wait a minute. So the letter did not mention Nuck. She just 9 months later, she just figures out that maybe I'm gonna start pointing the gun at Nuck. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
I swear that thing mentioned Nuck, but you're saying Nuck.
It said kill whoever killed me.
And that again, so it's still 9 months ago, because Tiffany and Keisha got pregnant and had babies. So 9 months later,
I can see that she's been. I think they're trying to say that she's been trying to figure this out for the last 9 months. Who actually killed him? She comes into town and she's like trying to get solid information.
But it's interesting how she and Alicia both he's again the luckiest nigga on earth. He has guns pointed at him, and all he has to say is, "Wasn't me." Well, maybe it wasn't you. I felt like I was watching Eddie Murphy Raw at this point, because I'm like, this man has deep hate for Duda, has the motive, means, opportunity to kill Duda, but all he has to say is,
she gave valid points. He was like, "Nah, see, they lured him to the shop or whatever, and she was there, all of that stuff." He's basically giving the plan that she set up to the point where she was about to kill him. But no, I jumped in and did it.
But then the problem is no logical follow-up. How do you know this? I was there. Like, you seem very confident. Like, how do you know this to be fact? I was there. So then you were involved somehow. It just makes no sense that he was just like, you know what? Maybe you were right. Maybe you didn't do this. Let me go shoot the next bitch I find, because clearly it wasn't you. But Alicia and fucking Candy both did the same dumb shit. Also, I want to get to this real quick, because this kind of leads me to this point. Sean and Victor got jammed up. Explain, what type of neighborhood does Alicia live in that a dead body can be thrown on her doorstep? Season finale of season 6. Nobody seems to say shit. Her house got broken into by Reg, and she got robbed. Nobody says shit. Candy comes over and shoots her. Nobody says shit. Nuck shows up, looks into the door with a gun. Nobody says shit. Daytime comes. Sean and Victor just happen to walk through the door. The entire police department shows up. I'm like,
okay. I was thinking Nuck called the cops.
Wait, that's what you have a problem with, right?
No.
What I have a problem with is plot convenience, right? We want them to come outside red-handed, blood-handed, right?
Yeah.
Sean is like, whether you help me or not, I'm gonna put her on this couch. For what reason?
Why? It didn't make any sense. It was obvious that they were trying to have their hands bloody, right?
Yeah, they needed a reason.
On a white couch. Look, okay, understand. If you got a white couch, you absolutely don't want blood on it, right? I mean, that couch could be used still, right? So what do? You put a dead woman on the. It didn't make any sense to lift this woman. She's dead. So, and they're criminals. Don't criminals know not to touch a dead body?
Craig said, leave the body where it is. We don't want to contaminate or whatever. Like, he's like, whether you help me or not, I'm putting her on this couch. But what he needed to say is why? Why does she need to be on the couch?
Right.
So y'all can come out red-handed, as you said, and be like, now they'll be in jail for all of 10 minutes, and then somehow they'll be like,
Sean was with that girl the whole night. Trig was with Tiffany in the hospital the whole night. They got alibis. They're good.
Well, so again, Nuck didn't call no cops. Like he was just like, long as I ain't.
Didn't call the cops.
Plot convenience. They want you to believe that the neighbors that you will never see just picked up the phone. Kim, there's no way.
That's another thing too. Okay, I don't know how you guys roll, but I have cameras in my house. Okay, I have Ring cameras, all that stuff.
Right.
And I live in an apartment. I don't even live in an actual house. So if that's true, if I lived in a house like Alicia's, I got cameras on the outside. I got cameras on the inside. I got cameras in the back. Where are the cameras? Oh, wait a minute. When somebody cracked the door open, how come we're not hearing security pull up? Like either security or the cops, right? You should have an alarm system. I don't understand how people with money, and this happens in Hollywood a lot, if you notice, like Hollywood and some rich people in New York and stuff, they getting robbed. Where's the security systems?
It don't make any sense. Rosalind Perry.
What would have made more sense is when Shad and Trig were high on mushrooms and Shad forgot to pick her up from the boat ride or whatever, right? If that had have been this, and he's like, yeah, I'm still kind of a little high on the mushrooms. That's why I wanted to put her on the couch or whatever, or why those two ended up coming and it would have made more sense why she didn't have security that night because he was too busy getting high. And she just said, I'm going to get home myself or whatever. And that happened. That would have made more sense as opposed to, I just moved on and I'm with the new bitch.
Well, again, that don't make any sense either because she has a second dude. The guy that was there when he wasn't there and Toussaint came over. Like she has a second bodyguard or whatever the fuck. Or she does. They know she should. She does. And she somehow gave him the night off too. Which I mean, Rosalind Perry is thank you, DeMarcus, as always, is Candy's name. So her taking out Alicia was just as silly as when Alicia took out Zay. It's just whatever Nuck says has to be true, but everybody else lying. Like, I don't care who you are. And then what about Bianca? If she's on this warpath, right? To your point that she's been looking into this, somehow she should have found Bianca first, because that was the last woman that he was giving the dick to. Killed her. She said, Alicia, I was working with Alicia, and that's how you get to Alicia. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because again, two women were involved in this. So off camera, if she would have killed if she would have killed Bianca off camera, and that makes the news. Alicia says, "Oh my God, who killed her?" And then Rosalind shows up to see Alicia. Now you tied this storyline up, and I'm okay with it more, than this. But this was as silly as when old girl came and shot dude over her son being killed. Just random as fuck to me.
I'm like, they just repeat the same storyline because it was like. You kind of like last season, it was the repeat of who shot Duda. And now, we end Alicia's character because we have to make room for the Nuck and Reg, head to head next season or however many seasons it goes. And, basically I forgot what is Alicia's last name? That whole bloodline is dead except for that baby that was born. I'm like, the Smokey, Q,
Smokey's not dead. Sonny's not dead. Sonny's not dead. He just stopped showing up. He's not dead. Okay. When Emmett
had a stroke, and that's the reason why.
If Chris was here, he will tell. He loves to say that Sonny just stopped showing up, but he's not dead. Like So that's just. But to your point though, they're all gone except for Rob. Rob Jr. At that point, I always thought Alicia would have kidnapped the grandchild. That would have been an interesting storyline, and I could have saw that if I could see that. But I don't think they would have did that in the show though. But I could see her doing something like that. As much as she was obsessed over the grandchild. But you know what? You know what they're doing? They're setting up the fact that Tiffany is going to be taken care of. She's gonna have a place to live. She got all that money, like you said. Like she will be fine. And I guess if EJ ever comes back home, you know, so he'll be fine too. Again,
See, that's what I would have liked her to have been the one. Like, oh, you had something to gain, so you're the one who, or maybe they might still do that. They might be like, oh, you sent Victor and shot over there.
Oh wow!
Do that so
That
she could inherit it.
See, the problem is that implies competent law enforcement, and this show does not have that element.
Did you see how many cops showed up?
The entire Chicago Police Department showed up. I'm like, where the fuck y'all been? But remember, okay, so Tucson, the ignorance of this, right? She finally, speaking of quick, they want you to believe that Candace meets a woman first time, only time, somehow goes on a crime run with her boyfriend. Texas says stranger and be like, hey, girl, woman I just met, just to let you know, my boyfriend's committing a crime. Where are you? Let me give you the address, just so you know, because that's how the cops showed up so quickly.
No,
and somehow they didn't.
The car in front of the building that he was going into, and then when we come back to the next episode, the car is like down the next block.
But like again, Tucson, the great detective that she is, did not see said girl sitting in the car, right? But they did all of this so they could finally get Reg behind bars, and he's out the very next morning. They couldn't even keep him in jail. There's no way he would got bail. There's no fucking way he would got bail with his fucking rap sheet. But somehow he gets bail, and then he starts yelling.
Bail reform gets a lot of people out, you know, right now.
Well, if a judge is trying to get you in there, I'm just saying, if judge is trying to get, was the whole point of this conspiracy, right? There's no fucking way he should have got out. But even forget that. Let's talk about Candace's dumbass, who lets this criminal into her house. The man holds her at gunpoint last episode. She goes, commits a crime with this dude in the same episode, gets him out of jail, and then he and her fucking cousin are yelling at her. Then the bitch still stays with this dude and helps him basically rob Alicia.
Yep.
I'm like, ignorance. Like, but ignorance also goes to whoever was fucking Nuck, just for the record. Like, this woman was getting
pretty girl.
But she's stupid. I mean, The Shy will show you the ignorance of us too many times. But this was some Tyler Perry level ignorance. Like, this woman's getting dick down, and another woman comes in and points a gun at both of them. After that,
I'm out.
Nuck said, go back in there. And she goes back in there and gets the dick after that. Like, we gotta do better. Like, and then who's sitting there? Bakari. Hey, also, the best part, next to Jada, the best part of this episode was the misdirect with Bakari. I just knew Bakari was going in the ground this episode. Like, that was perfect. Like, the way that he was narrating, I'm like, oh, bruh. Like, all hats off to you, bro. I don't know who's gonna. I thought he was gonna get killed at Smokies. That's what I thought, and that would have been kind of poetic, considering he killed Ronnie in the back of Smokies. But I really thought he was gonna get it, and I was like, he's still alive. Ain't this a bitch? I was like,
you guys already didn't show the dream. He had a dream that he was
right. I mean, I thought all this was like premonition. Like, oh, he he's about, and he finished his book. Right, so he finally writes his nigga memoir, and it's like, and that's gonna live on and be like, don't be like me, and be like, he's gonna be the Tupac. They're just gonna put out chapters like on the internet like every other week and be like, he's still dead, but talking to us from the grave. But I just knew he was dead, and nope, lie.
No, I didn't think he was gonna buy it in this episode, but like, yeah, I wasn't here when y'all talked about that fake ass Boys in the Hood shit. I was like, what the hell? That was like crazy. The director or the writer saying like, I always would love to do something like this, and like, there's no reason for that.
As much as I thought he was gonna die last episode. He did. This whole, I need to write down my memory. I need to tell my story. I'm like, you are going to die, sir. And he keeps on going. So I'm like, I guess him and Lene are gonna get together. Maybe they'll have a kid. I don't know. Why did they have? What happened to his sister? Oh no, she ran off with Gemma. Remember? They're living in New York City, trying to be a music act, never to be heard of again. Yeah,
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
did
they got
why
rid
did
of a lot of people this season. Like,
Oh yeah. Also, okay, so fuck, look, you get me off track. But also that would be also Tracy. Tracy should have been there in the end. She should have helped Darnell get Jada to go see her grandbaby. She should have been there and she should have helped her right out. Season 8, episode 1 is when she says, "Hey Darnell, I'm leaving." You don't tell a dying friend, "Hey girl, by the way, I know you're dying and everything, but I'm gonna get out of Chicago." Like, what the fuck do I care? Like, I'm dying. Like, I felt this is the wrong. Like, this is not the time. This is not the time. Your
I
friend
think
is
she wanted to tell her that because she's gonna be gone. Like she knew Jada was dying in that moment, so she was like, don't worry about me. I feel like I need to get out of here. I mean, they're best friends. She wanted to let her know, I'm not staying here. I'm gonna be okay.
yeah, I'm dead, so not really matters. But I mean, but no, Nina, no Drake. We talked about this, right? Like, where's not even a mention? Not even a mention. Like, Nina and Dre called and said, "Hey, girl, we'll catch you next death. You know, we're just busy right now." Like,
no, I'm like, I would have expected that Keisha would have at least gave a phone call or something.
Right. That's just. But anyway, no. True,
I'm like, Kevin got more talked about this season with Marisha or
Maisha.
Yeah.
So get to the comment. Why did they have Rosalind kill Alicia? They already met up and she didn't care. Exactly, Nikki. Exactly. They didn't know how to get rid of Alicia. That would have made sense. That Red should have killed her for trying to kill him. And then Nuck shows up and be like, "Oh, damn. That makes sense. If he's robbing her, I just knew she was going to come home." And then she finally gets her shootout, and then that's how she dies. But to have fucking Rosalind come back, it doesn't make any fucking sense. She didn't give a shit about Duda. The only person who cared was Tracy.
No.
She was the only one that showed any kind of remorse.
All right, so what is it? What is her name? Candace or Reagan Gomez character, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know she's getting set up next season. It's going to be a matter of she went to meet you. We have the text and whatever, right? And you're rocking her fur coat or whatever, because that's
Again, Jemani, you are trying to imply this show has credible law enforcement. That's not a thing in Chicago, and definitely not a thing in this show. Like, she will be fine. She's gonna be rocking that fur coat, as you said, with Reg. She'll be walking the streets with Reg, wearing that fur coat, and no one will put 2 and 2 together. Nobody, not even Tiffany. Tiffany will see her in the fur coat and not go, "I think that belongs to." Never mind, girl. You look good in that coat. Where'd you get it from? It won't even happen, Jemani. But you're making good points. I'm not gonna lie to you, but you got the wrong show.
The worst part of this episode, right, has to be the stereotypical pregnancy thing of
hospital elevator.
Yeah, the getting stuck on the elevator. Now, it makes absolutely no sense, right? Because I went through this in my head. I'm like, all right, so he pulls up at the hospital, right? Right? The emergency room. That's where you take the person, right?
First
floor. You don't go anywhere. You're not getting on an elevator by yourself. You're in a gurney, a wheelchair, or whatever. With hospital personnel taking you somewhere. You're not. Where are you going? Just hey,
right.
It's very true. Jemani is right. You do not go straight. The registration, billing, all that stuff. You got to go there first to talk to them. And even if they take you directly because you're having a baby, there'll be somebody with a wheelchair right there, and they'll tell Trick, "Wait a minute, you got to fill out the registration paperwork because they got to get their money. It's all about the money." So he's right. And then now, if you're gonna go up on the elevator, maybe that's where the maternity ward is or whatever. But you got to be downstairs first and take care of that, and then you go upstairs. So that didn't even make any sense that they went straight upstairs. I was like, what? They went on the elevator. I was like, that's ridiculous.
They wanted that stereotypical scene, and I'm like, again, I said absolute same thing. Where's the fucking wheelchair? You mean they let you walk? A pregnant woman just pass up, so you figure it out. Pregnancy, birthing is on the 3rd floor. You figure it out. That's not even how that shit works.
Happen.
That's not how that shit works. Like,
this is the thing too. It was so really, really fake because she was still sitting on her butt. I don't know if you guys ever seen a baby born, but your behind needs to be up in the air. Like you can either you turn around and be doggy
like
style
Keisha,
and
like
do
Keisha.
it like Keisha, or you have to you need to be laying back and then doing what you got to do. It doesn't that didn't make sense. She's sitting on her butt.
Tracy, I said the same thing. Why the fuck is everybody believing Nuck in order from Alicia to Toussaint to fucking Rosalind? Like the most psychopathic killer on this show just has that face that everybody goes.
Let me answer that question. Right? It's the Holy Trinity. It's the blessing that the minister put upon Nuck for that $2,000 every session. That is what has protected him.
And you know what? I only saw the racks given once, and I was like, I wonder if he's still doing. I wonder if he's still being paid for his counsel. Shad deserves to go to prison for pulling Vic and into that and moving the damn body. Again, Vic is a grown man who made his own dumbass decisions. Like, if Shad calls you and says, "Come right away," I'm not telling you what's happening. I'm hanging up the phone because I just got out of jail and I ain't trying to go back. And I know also Shad is the dick king in this show. Like. This man stays in women knowing he ain't got shit. He ain't got no job now, ain't got no place to live. Also, women, why do you go home with a man who's living with somebody else? And it's like, hey, girl, I got this room, and that's the best you gonna get, and you still give up the ass. And then she's like, hey, I'll let you come to my house. I'm like, he's gonna stay at your house because he don't got a place to live.
There's women with low self-esteem everywhere. My thing is he called Victor instead of calling the cops.
This is the shy, Jamani. Black people don't call the cops. They call other black people to commit more crimes. Alicia, now you're muted. I'm assuming because of the dogs.
Sorry. They call other black criminals to come help them with whatever crime is going on, which is stupid.
This is stupid. Hey, wait. Speaking of that, what happened? I saw this on Facebook, and I agree. What the fuck happened with Jackie? Why was she even in this series this season? Like, she did not. She clearly is stronger and more menacing than Reg. Yet she's not the one that he takes on his robbing expeditions. He takes Candace. She's not the one that he calls when he's like, hey, bro, I just broke into this house. I need a getaway driver. He calls Hannibal. You know, the guy who snitched on him because he never actually solved that mystery. Like, it's the same motherfucker that's driving you right now. Like, ignorance. Jackie just disappeared. She just stopped showing up.
No, she disappeared just like because in the first episode you have Candy's character, right, saying, I have shooters, speaking towards Lala's cousin or whatever, right? We never see her again, her lover or what have you, right? Now,
the deaf one. You talking about the deaf one?
Yeah. And now you have Reg, and he has a shooter, and this
two lesbians, two stud lesbians that just show up and randomly leave. Oh shit!
And I remember last time I said they look like twins because I couldn't tell them apart.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Both they should see. That's what Lena Waithe needs to make another crime show where it's like two studs, like the one that's deaf and Jackie, and like they just get into adventures, like going from like crime organizations to crime organizations, just knocking down women.
You know, SAG-AFTRA rules require that Big Jaw has to be involved if it's two stud lesbians.
Oh, I hear you, and I like the joke, but he's not big anymore. He took that shot. I think he's skinny as fuck now. What was the point of Toussaint getting?
No, he actually said he didn't take the shot. He said he went raw vegan diet.
He raw lion.
Who?
You probably didn't watch The Lesbian Homie. The guy behind The Lesbian Homie. You know what we're talking about?
Oh, I don't know that one. Okay, I gotta look it up.
He's a big motherfucker who lost a whole bunch of weight. Kiss my ass. That was just good eating. The storyline don't make no sense, Nikki. They don't know how to use cops anymore. So when they brought Toussaint back, I was completely confused. And then they were confused about what to do with her because Hannibal could put Reg in jail today. He beat up Damien, real quick, let's get back to Damien. Fuck this dude, okay? He never paid back Dominique for the $1,000 she lent him. He never paid back dead Jada for the $2,000 that she gave to him, which is more money she could have gave to her new grandchild, Jada, right? He, again, also, Hannibal watched Reg beat up fucking Damien and then shoot fucking Emmett. Like, crimes that would get him arrested. Yeah. Then Toussaint stood outside and watched the two guys that she let go after committing robbery, which is another fucking felony, walk into the house with Reg, come out the house, and she made no effort to put those two guys and be like, if you don't flip on him, y'all going to jail for the rest of your lives.
No, they didn't go to jail at all. They just got out. Like, we committed a robbery.
I'm like, how do you let these guys go? And again, you could have been like, we want Reg. We don't want you. Give up Reg, and you can lose 5 to the 15 years you're going to do. For like, none of this happens. None of this happens. Just Candace happens to get a text message, and all of a sudden Reg gets arrested.
As far as Damien goes, right? I don't blame him. I think Darnell is the worst character, father, human being on this show. Like, how the hell do you know your son has a gambling problem, right?
Uh-huh.
This is the whole reason everything bad in his life has happened up until now. And then you proceed to have a bonding moment, right? A whole episode of education, a whiteboard, and all types of, let me teach you how to play a card game.
Jamani's just catching up, guys. That's what he's doing. He's going through all this because he's trying to cram a whole season worth of review. But please, Jamani, continue.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
We didn't know all of this stuff about the gambling, but he knew, and then proceeds to teach him how to gamble. He says, I'm going to be in a tournament, right?
Yes.
I'm going to teach you how to play so that you can feed your gambling habit. And then when stuff goes bad, we're going to have to stop dealing with you gambling.
Okay, to bring this to, I hear you, Jamani. I would say this shows that he's not a father, that he spent more time teaching him how to play spades than how to be a human being. You know what I'm saying? And that goes to Emmett too. Like, and anyway, we already did that review, but I do hear your point. She put the money away for Keisha, not for the grandchildren. No, she didn't put the money away for Keisha. She just already had the money, and then she gave $2,000 to fucking Damien. And then at the end, she was like, since Keisha, you're in front of me, you can have this money for your school. So that don't make no damn sense.
I feel like Emmett being the fuck up that he was in the earlier seasons, that was the emergency Emmett money. Because, Emmett was always coming for his mother to bail him out. And it was like, oh, he's been doing fine. So I've just been stacking cash for a little while now.
And that makes sense. But why would you give it again, Damien never paid any of them back. That's what I'm saying. He's still living in the house, and now they're gonna hire his fuck buddy to take care of this new kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just she was dying back then. David, can you need to specify debt and who? Anyway, she had a whole season.
But I have a question. Jada hasn't worked in like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So how is she stacking this money? What is she doing to make money?
Also true.
Understandably, you have your 401ks, your IRAs or whatever. But I'm like, you haven't worked in like 3 years. So when did you start stacking this money?
Where did the money she don't trust banks either.
Huh?
What's up?
I said it looked like she don't trust banks either.
Yeah, she had stuff in ducks and stuff. I'm like, it didn't make any sense based on what we've seen this character doing for 3 years.
That's what I'm saying.
But with Keisha, I think that she sees in Keisha that Emmett picked the right one with Keisha, right? And I think that she's gonna invest in Keisha because she thinks Keisha is the one that'll keep Emmett straight, and she doesn't have to worry about him. She can leave this earth and not worry about Emmett anymore because Keisha is like out of all the girls that he's been with. I'm thinking Jada thinks that Keisha is the one that he will eventually marry. And so and I think she took a liking to her. I mean, she's known her all her life since she was a child. So I think that's why it could be why she was like, I want to invest in your homeschooling because I think you can do this. And I think that she felt like a mom to her. Like, you know, Nina, of course, is her mother, but she's like, I want to do this for you. You know, you're my best friend's daughter. Plus, I feel like my son can go places with you. Like you'll be able to keep him straight. And I think that's why she did it. Also, I mean, she's had the granddaughter, so.
And I would say because it sounded like she was hiding under beds when she was younger. Keisha is hiding under beds, now the new girl is hiding under bed. So it's a whole generational cycle.
Okay, so hold up. So Jada never did that. Jada found Keisha. Keisha found Zariah, something like that. Ziri is her name. And then when we talked about that last episode, it's just weird. Again, I'm not saying Keisha is the current one. I understand that she wants the current one. I'm saying at the minimum, EJ should have been there. At a very minimum. Ronnie's accounted for. Ronnie's upstairs sleeping. We established that. Ronnie's not her grandchild. If EJ was there like he was taking care of before, I would not be as mad as I am because EJ is more closer around. But with Tiffany out having another baby, not giving a fuck where her child is, not asking any kind of questions, you know what I'm saying? And obviously Emmett also not seeming to give a fuck. Like, I'm just like, where is EJ? Like, Devontae and Cash are with their mothers. I get that. But I was really concerned about EJ in this particular episode. Hey guys, hey Chris.
The other kids' names?
Huh?
I said, damn, you know the other kids' names?
That's because I keep on asking about the kids, and DeMarcus keeps on reminding me who the kids are. but I remember.
One of them move away?
Huh?
Didn't one of the kids move away?
Do you remember that episode? Devontae's mom said she was moving with her mama somewhere else, and fucking Emmett had the audacity to be like, "Oh my God, what about me? Oh, you can see him in the summer. Oh, I guess you just want to turn up." Motherfucker, take care of your kid for a year. Like, just one of the two older kids. Like, I'm like, fuck this character. Anyway, that's another video. Don't get me sidetracked. Anyway, Chris is here in the comments. I'm feeling like the baby. Oh, I'm feeding the baby and chilling outside. Where are you? Which is why I'm not streaming. But Finale shitted on death by throwing Alicia's murder. I get it. Okay, kind of mixing the two together. All right, I see. I get you. Like, you feel like Jada should have had her own episode first and foremost. I right. They kind of shoved a lot of this. Like, they could have killed her off like next season. But
no,
maybe
I'm like, you had the living funeral last episode. And now she just, she dies, when the baby comes, and it's a nice Shakespearean type of, weaving together this, but she got all her love last episode.
But I hear you. But again, they could have did this and not did last week's episode, actually, because last week negated the family angle to me. This was a intimate family going away, and that makes far more sense and it's far more impactful that they were like, and to this comment right here, I love them kids and I will not. But anyway, if they were trying to orchestrate this, as I said last time, it would have been a family event. They would have brought the children. All would have been there. Somehow, magically, Keisha's giving birth to the fourth one.
Oh, wait. When you say that the kids would have been where? At Jada's live funeral?
Not at the bar, because it shouldn't have been at the bar. I'm saying it should have been at the house.
But even if it's at the house, you don't want kids to be involved in that.
And think
no. Because death is very traumatic to children.
You don't tell them that they're dying. I mean, but I'm saying to celebrate the grandma.
Okay, the kids are not that. The kids will understand that their grandmother's dying. You know why? One, the way she looks. Two, people are actually on microphones saying goodbye to her.
Again,
you think they're stupid? They're not stupid. They know somebody saying goodbye to my grandmother. She's dying.
So again, you think
kids in that? No,
I disagree. Like, if your family is good, they should be able to say goodbye to her grandmother.
They
so you get a text message.
But it's you don't have. That was an atmosphere for adults. That was not.
It shouldn't have been such.
If they couldn't say goodbye to her in a totally different light.
That's why
the kids come over, be around Jada's bed.
I'm saying, Kim.
Jada sits down and talks. But not the adult one.
I said that, Kim. I'm saying last week was not the environment. It should have been a family thing. That's what I'm saying. So we agree. It should have been a family thing with the kids at home. I just said that. I said that last week.
No. We're not saying the same thing, because the kids, the adults can have their goodbye, right? Yes. That I thought what they did last week was very nice. And a lot of people are starting to do that now, giving people, you know, saying goodbye to them before they go. And then have another scene, maybe a day later, with the children around Jada's bed, and she's talking to them and explaining what's going on. That's what I think.
All right. So this could have been the family one. I'm just saying, but at home with the family, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying so that we can see the generation together. Emmett and Keisha's baby was the first to be born in a somewhat stable environment. That's relative. In a 2-parent household. And the other 2 were born when Emmett was still a teenager, and not with also not true because he was with Tiffany, right? So Tiffany, no, you're right. And that's so thank you for actually reminding me of this. Thank you. Fuck Emmett. Fuck this piece of shit. He on his 4th kid, he was like, oh, I've never been there for the birth. Fuck you. And this is the man that Keisha's like, I got one right here. Fuck Emmett. You're right. He's never even been there because he's a piece of shit. Because oh my God, just like his daddy. Just like his fucking daddy. Him and Darnell are pieces of shit as fathers. But you are right. This is his first time. So it's relative. Him being mature, it's just the fact that he has a woman that's going to put up with his shit and be like, okay, Emmett, let me be the parent that you need now. She has 3 kids. She has Emmett, she has Jada, and she has Ronnie. One of them works, sort of. One of them brings home money. I'm sorry, excuse me. Emmett doesn't work. He has other people that work for him. One of them brings home money, and the other 2 cost money. But Emmett's just another child. He's just another fucking child who makes more children. You know what I'm saying? Just, oh my God. Anyway, I'm sorry. I meant to say Duda, not Nuck. Okay, on why Rosalind confronted Alicia about it. Didn't Nuck kill Duda? I forgot. Yeah, he did. He shot Duda when Alicia was running her fucking mouth, and she should have did it, but Nuck shot him. And that's why I'm like, he just has to tell people he didn't do it, and they just go, okay. And they just move on and go kill somebody else. Like, what? Like, and he doesn't kill these bitches. Like, he don't go, I gotta get rid of Alicia because she just tried to kill me. I gotta get rid of Rosalind because she just tried to kill me. Like, that's the Nuck that I know. He kills motherfuckers over gold chains and shit. That's when he decides to pull a gun out on somebody. Like, it don't make sense. Like, oh my God. Just,
Let me ask a question separate from that, right? Do you think Keisha is now in harm's way that now she's had the baby? Like, she can be killed next?
No. Keisha and Emmett are not that Darnell was that. They're like the senior family member. They are the family. Like it's like they're the old heads now. They got rid of Tracy. They got rid of Jada. The parents are gone. Somehow I think Darnell's gonna ride off with Riley, and then so they can move on. And then it's gonna be Emmett, Keisha, and Tiffany being the older generation, and they're gonna have to bring in some younger people for them to kind of mentor some bullshit. But I think that's what they're doing. But Keisha, they're going the distance. Like Keisha and Emmett are the show.
Because what I'm seeing is Kadeem Hardison and his wife. It seems like their son is the guy that she was dating, and he killed himself. And I believe that they blame her because the mother came up to Keisha and said something to her about it or whatever.
I love you, Jamani. Like you just you're fine seeing the shit. You're like, hey, wait a minute. I hear you. So you think they might? They threw that storyline in to make them relevant. That's all this is about. None of this was when Christian was around. They're just trying to make Kadeem Hardison and his wife relevant. So they want, and this was unnecessary. This is really unnecessary because it brings up too many questions. Like, where were you when they were originally dating? And then no way he somehow had mental issues that we never even knew about. He was actually supposed to be the stable person in her life because she was going through shit just after getting done with her abuse and that kind of stuff. So he was supposed to be the stable thing that she was kind of dependent on. Now all of a sudden he was a mental case that none of us ever knew. So they're just trying to wrap up his storyline why he just randomly disappeared. But that's not.
Do you think that the new manager's relative that's a judge is going to come up next season?
That's a judge. No, that's a judge. What?
No,
Wait,
remember when the new manager of Smokies was being
Yeah.
interviewed by Keisha, she was like, "Yeah, you know, I was in some trouble or whatever. I got arrested, but you know, my relative is a judge, and you know, it got."
Oh, so do you think that manager is related to
that judge?
That judge?
Yeah.
Is that what you okay.
I think with Alicia gone, a lot of that's gonna go away. It didn't really go anywhere to begin with, but I think with Alicia gone, the whole Professor Gardner thing and like this whole like we got to clean up the streets and all that bullshit. I feel like all that's just gonna go away. And I don't know why they brought it. It didn't go anywhere this season, but I don't think they're gonna bring that back.
But I'm like, Bakari's still there, so I'm like, you know that we're gonna still see Kadeem Hardison and his family or whatever.
I mean, you will see him to the extent that he's helping Bakari write that book. I think you're gonna see it's gonna be Papa and Kenya which makes no damn sense.
Getting back together. Yeah.
They're gonna be a couple, despite what his dad said. You're gonna have Lene and fucking Bakari, and they're gonna be looking to Keisha and Emmett as how we that's what they're trying to
say. So you think they're changing the show to the young people of the show?
Yeah, to the young.
Older people are out. The young people are now.
And Victor's back to women with Tiffany.
I don't know about that, but yeah. So like perhaps. You know.
I mean, because he never said he wasn't bisexual.
That's true. That's true. Sometimes they feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Tiffany should have called Alicia and told her to exactly with the picture. Exactly. And then as she's trying to head out, Red shows up and she's like, oh my God. And then they struggle and then he kills her. Boom.
But the struggle would be a repeat of with the whole Emmett thing and the gun going off. So like I don't know.
You mean with Reg?
Yeah.
No. I want. Okay. I see your point. He was already there to rob her. So I'm saying she's upstairs. She gets the phone call. She comes downstairs. Reg is fucking up her place, and he shoots her. No need for a struggle. I mean, he easily will whoop her ass. So let's not do that. But he shoots her and be done with it. How about that? And then, but this whole Roslyn was stupid. That was a dumb way for her to get killed. So if Jamal would have came back and shot her, because he finally figured out that she's the one that shot him, that would have been interesting. That would make Jamal relevant. Like I would love to see that actually. I don't think Dominique would have done it. That'd be a bit much, but I would like to see that kind of happen. Would you say David loves to stir the pot? No, I'm just passionate about them kids. You know what I'm saying? And I won't stop. Anyway, I'm sorry. She couldn't hold the cell phone while delivering a baby. Well, she was in the car.
And there are cell phone stands, and you can prop a cell phone up.
Also, if she's delivering a baby, she ain't staring at no fucking photo either. Because she's birthing a baby. Exactly. You know, she ain't gonna be like, yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 1, 2. Like it's stupid. When
Trig put the picture next to her.
Yes.
I was like, what are we doing?
What? Hey girl, I was rubbing your tummy at a concert, and now I'm like, hey, look at your dead baby daddy, girl. I want you to know I respect him. Anyway, you getting this dick, right? Like she's gonna be fucking Nuck or Victor, if not both, next season. Bobby both. I'm giving her both. I think when she gets mad at Victor, she's gonna be fucking Nuck, and then when she's not mad at Nuck, she's gonna be fucking Victor, and then eventually they're both gonna tag team her.
I can't wait until when she finally finds out that it was Nuck that did it.
Yeah, that's what I want to see too.
We've been saying that should have happened this season. She figures it out and she shoots this dude while she's pregnant. Like that would have been something. Also, let's get back to why are you listening to your family members fuck? So then we got Jake sitting up there, listen to Reg fuck his fuck buddy. Now we got
what happened with that whole relationship? No. Like the girl is like, you know what? Forget Jackie. I'm with Reg. What?
Yeah, that she's like, I mean, committed. But anyway, now we got Bakari sitting up there like an abused child. Like, I just gotta wait for my cousin to get done. You are there to protect, and then he sits there again with his headphones while he goes back to fuck this woman. So neither one of them learned anything. I'm like, what is happening? What is that? Go with Lene, man, and make a child. Like they're gonna get an apartment together. Here we go. The Tiff hates. I don't hate. Okay. It's not that Tiffany did per se anything wrong. It's the writing. The writing doesn't make sense. Your water breaks. You call the woman with the money and the resources to make sure that you go to a nice hospital. Like
Right.
as big as rich as Alicia is supposed to be, she would have put her in the VIP room to make sure that baby was born.
She would have turned the house into a hospital. Like, remember, Rob, when he got shot, it was, we got to get him out of the hospital. And he's at home with.
That's right. That's right, Jamani. She would have turned that house into a nursery, and that baby would have, just like Keisha, they both exactly. Instead, she let this random employee drive her home wherever, because to get the picture, and then she out there. The picture is a tangible item. Talking about doing too much. Again, this can be after you have the baby.
Right.
That's ambiance. Which Alicia would have brought her home, as Jamani pointed out, and she would have recovered at home with all the pictures of Rob and being taken care of hand and foot. That's how that would have went. Just like what happened when Rob was shot and Tiffany was mad because she's like, I thought this is my man, and fucking Alicia's like, this is my son, and I'm taking care of both of y'all. And then the ghetto Brady bunch, all that stuff. Why Nuck wipe the gun, Prince? I did like that. I did like that he made some kind of effort to kind of figure out how forensics works. Like he was like, before I get like he like wrapped his hand up when he closed the knob, the doorknob when he left. But like, cops don't really work as well. But he made effort. Why Dumb and Dumber move Alicia? If she was still alive, it's not that hard. She's still alive. They're trying to resuscitate her.
But you don't put her on a soft surface. If you resuscitate someone, they can stay on the floor.
Well, no, but I'm saying that's how they're just trying to achieve the blood. They were just trying to achieve blood.
That's it. They just wanted them to have blood on their hands, literally.
So
she should have still been alive, and they walk in the door and she just collapses on them, and the blood is on them like that.
Yeah. Again,
if you they're trying to do a whole storyline where those two go to jail for like half the season, and then Tucson figures out no, they didn't actually do anything to Alicia. It's Reg, and when she figures that out, that's when she's like, somehow it's gonna be that Tucson is like Reg is the one who did all of this or something. Somehow it's just gonna work out that way. It is. It's not gonna make sense, but it's gonna work out though.
Somehow then Rosalind just never gets seen again.
Exactly. She's like a ghost. She comes in and out whenever.
It's like they can't afford to keep her in too many episodes. So who will kill Nuck in season 8? I feel like we all agree. I think we all agree it should be Tiffany just based on this episode. She finds out he was actually responsible for Rob's murder, which who knows now? So Lene knows and Kenya knows because Zay told Kenya, if I remember correctly. And Bakari knows because he was there. So you got 3 people who could potentially tell fucking Tiffany. And then Tiffany someone finally figures out that Nuck is a murderer and kills this dude. Like, it shouldn't be. But then who's going to replace him? Like, he is charismatic in many ways, and he's a pretty good father.
And he's fine.
And Kim says he's fine. So there's reasons to keep him around. I would rather watch him than watch Reg, to be honest. Reg had his time. Reg had his time. So I like Nuck in that kind of sense. I just don't understand his criminal operation. I really do not understand. We got a lot of episodes, and I have very little understanding of how he makes criminal money. Like, it's weird.
Bakari got offended at the white publisher because he's like, I don't sell drugs. I'm like, but I hustle. So I'm like, what is the business? Like,
we got carjacking,
carjacking,
guns, and drugs, but it's very vague. Like, the only time we saw the drug part is when he shot that dude for wearing the gold chain. That's the only time we saw drugs, and that never went anywhere else. And then Tucson is not looking into any of that shit, Jamar.
Well, the drugs was the weed too, because remember he was dealing with Rob and Tiffany or whatever with that.
Yeah. Well, so the drugs is relative. So when he used again, Lena Waithe loves to push like weed or let's say natural drugs, like weed, mushrooms this season, like that's her shit, right? So that's just messaging across every character, across any time. But like Nuck was in the cocaine. Look, I don't know. I'm assuming cocaine. I am assuming like cocaine or heroin when the Latino people drove it. That's probably racist of me, but I feel like it's probably cocaine. But like that was it, and that never comes back again. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, we really don't know what Nuck does for a living. Any given point. Well, okay. So we got Ross's birthday was the 31st of July. She threw a bomb. Season finale viewing part. Oh, I think it was. Oh, wow, a nice ending character. Oh, okay, all right. I did not know that. I'm assuming that's Jada. So that's awesome. I mean, it was a great ending for her. I mean, and well deserved for a character that's been around for that long. That like Tracy got a side note, to be like, hey girl, I just won't be here next season. Boop, and now she's gone. So and
most of them got a side note. I mean, they're not. Nobody really made a big deal out of any of these characters that left. It's gone. Okay, they had like a house party, and that's it.
I mean, considering how Dominique just disappears, and like Jake wasn't even in this episode, disappeared. Papa not here, not even mentioned. So some characters just don't return. So the fact that they stopped the camera to be like, "Hey guys, you get a party," is something for the Shy. So I mean, Jada getting 2 episodes again, that's awesome. So
they have a party like this show has too much money. Like they need to decrease the budget because
what?
Why are they have like every episode is like, how can we get as many characters in the same place at the same time? So let's have a party, a funeral, a church service, or this or that.
A barbecue, but what's wrong with that? I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
You got to get together and celebrate at some point.
Yeah, you do. And then people.
But I'm saying it's like every episode, though. I'm like,
because they want to show them all together. They're trying to keep all the characters with. Yeah, I mean, people do have barbecues all summer long, right?
I'm just saying, like the boat thing or whatever. I was like, that is real cool.
Yes, Joy. So I will give you that since you crammed the entire season and it's still in your head. Yes, this season had far more parties than previous seasons. I will 100% give you that. Mm-hmm. Notice they did Mother's Day. They didn't do Father's Day. They didn't do Juneteenth when they should have did that instead of that bullshit. Stop the violence, because violence never stops in this show. So, but like this, the holidays they could have brought up too. Yeah. But this, you can't put Jada in the same category. She is dying. So like these are very specific moments of recognizing a person, right? It's not just like the neighborhood get together and they keep on having neighborhood get together. So I wouldn't say put that, but they did have more of shaking up in this episode than other times. And just to kind of liven it up, I guess. Let's see. Tiffany called the police because Alicia never showed up.
To see her.
You're assuming that after calling Nuck and Nuck not responding, that she called the cops conveniently when when Victor and Shad were there. That
doesn't make any sense.
But why would you call the cops? Because your not your mother-in-law, literally, but the grandmother.
I get you. Didn't show up.
Didn't show up. That's
you what
makes
Nuck.
her think that she needs a cop, right?
You call Nuck and say, "Hey, Nuck, what happened? What happened? Yeah. You went over there. What happened?" And then again, Nuck should be like, "Where are you? I'm at the hospital. I just had my son." Oh, then Nuck shows up, and then now we got the whole him and Victor like fucking conflict. That would have been something interesting to watch. I think, and that would have been a little bit more realistic. Like, and then once you find out she's dead, then Tiffany goes, "Well, you went over there, right? Did you see her dead body?" Da 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 da. And then she starts thinking, "Well, maybe he killed her. Well, maybe he also killed Rob." And now we can start putting things together,
that
right?
Would make sense, David. That would make sense.
Then it's like, everywhere you go, my family members end up dying. Like I'm a murderer, bitch. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't kill those 2 people. Well, I did. Yeah,
but it's her fault for sending him over there.
Also true. Why would you send someone that's having beef with the other person? Why would you do that? Because Tiffany don't give a fuck.
Well, she didn't send him over there. She said, "Could you look into it?" She didn't say go to the house. I thought he was just gonna You know, ask around or something. You know, see what he heard on the street. Not actually go and play Madlock, not Madlock, but you know, an investigator or whatever.
Give me one. What you got?
Columbo?
Hunter, Miami Vice, also Blue Bloods. We can do this all day, but I see your point. Columbo. How about that? I like Columbo. Now no black ones. Interesting. Luther. There you go.
Shaft.
He really do that kind of investigative stuff. He's more like a street dude. Like you need like a. But let's go for Shaft. Let's go for Shaft. I'm sorry. Shaft would be good. And he also he's black. He's smooth. He gets the ladies. Shaft. Maybe Nuck could be the new Shaft. Think about it. And he has a dyke sidekick for some reason. I was like, for inclusion. Now I do think she should have had her bag packed with the pictures. Yes, even if this picture meant that much, which makes no damn sense, it would already be in the go bag, which was also in the the BMF. 2 episodes, 2 mothers to be. Breathe. Where is your bag? Like they all go to the same Hollywood school for how to write someone having a baby. And you probably get stuck somewhere in an elevator.
I believe Tiffany. She said the baby is coming early. However many weeks it's coming early. So Tiffany's was, you know, unexpected, so to say.
But then Tiffany, being the fact she gave birth once, was like, do you know how long it takes to have a baby? I'm just trying to get you to the hospital. No, I know exactly. Wait a minute. My cervix says 3 to 4 hours. Please keep on going. I'm like, she was very calm. I was like, what? She was like, don't worry about it. We got time to search around for this.
The babies do take a long time to come down. Now, if you've been in labor for like 10 hours, then you're getting closer, right? But some babies take 34 hours. My oldest son took 34 hours to come out, okay? The other one, 18 hours. My youngest one. It varies. And you do know your body, and you can feel it. Like you can feel when it's time for them when they start to descend down, you feel it. And you know the pressure gets harder and harder. So Tiffany's saying that she knows what she's doing. She already had EJ.
So that being said, it would have been better if she would have had it in the car. And I thought that's exactly what was going to happen when you saw the traffic jam. And I thought there were going to be something
that's what I thought too.
And having a car, because that happens, right? I mean, quite often.
That happens a lot.
And that would make more sense why it's like, oh, I'm stuck. Like that makes far more sense till you get to the hospital. Nobody gives a fuck about you till you get to the right floor. Like, so that would have, and then the neighborhood gets involved and everything, like it makes like a community thing. You know, it could have made the news. I remember the thing, considering that. Nuck did right by not calling Tiff. She asked Nuck to check out the crib so he knew she wasn't there. No, not necessarily. I mean, where are you? If I see someone dead, where are you? Like I may be concerned about you. To your point, if you were there, why would you have to check? I heard my house got robbed. How do you know what happened? You still call and confirm where she's at if you care enough. To me. But yeah, I mean, you can say that maybe she was Jake wasn't in the season. Yeah, again, we said that we was doing no Jake, no Jamal, and no Dominic. She was too busy. And
Papa was barely in the season,
and Papa wasn't even in it at all. I don't remember actually. So yeah, right. And Papa just unnecessary. How y'all feel about Tracy leaving the Shy? It was time for her to go.
It's time.
But why the fuck did she give up the draws to Keith? Like that meant nothing. Like they were like, that was just, I guess, another sign to them that they don't know what to do with this character. And they're like, let's just have her go, you know, because and Darnell is nothing without Jada. Like really, he is not the parent. So don't tell me he's going to be giving parenting advice to Emmett.
He leads the men's circle group, whatever the hell.
Emmett can do that now. He's the new daddy figure. I mean, with 4 kids under his belt, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? So he could probably take that role. AKA baby Keisha with her stank attitude. Damn. I'm so glad Tracy's damn. Tracy has had her partners, yes. I would say so. I still put Keisha under the whole capital personally. I would say. But at some point, I remember we talked about this. They all kind of circle around after a while. Because and just kind of weird. Tracy being with Keith and then flirting with Charles. Yeah, again, you're right. The sex with Keith didn't go with Charles. Charles is just humping around, never went anywhere. You know, him going from door to door, you know, giving out penis like DoorDash, I guess. Nope.
Okay.
The letter didn't. Nope, the letter didn't give a name. Oh, okay, my bad. Back to the other conversation. So that's even more stupid. I just, hey, baby, if you read this, just to let you know, that even though we fight and we tried to kill each other at one point, like, just go ahead and take care of whoever killed me. 9 months later, she's like, I need to look into this. I thought about it. There was no feeling whatsoever on her face in episode 1 and 2. Just not. I mean, you know, she's like, I'm too busy. I got to get going. But now essentially, who is better actress? Candy.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I think Candy. Candy to me is just better. I mean, Lala. After all these years, you would think that her acting is better, but it's not. It's a lot better than when she first started. Let's just say that.
Right.
Karuchi is still learning. I feel. I'm not saying she's a horrible actress, but I'm saying that she's still learning, right? But I've seen her on other shows and things, and she's been okay. But Candy to me is a little more seasoned than the rest of them. So, with the rest
Yeah.
of them, yeah.
Right. Jamani, thoughts?
I would have to.
Acting not good looking.
I've seen Lala more in this show than both of these other characters. So, and I liked what she did this season in particular, as opposed to the previous seasons. So, like her and the whole I don't want to have kids, and she sounded very convincing and believable. So I would probably go with her. I'm like, I don't like Candy. I'm like, is she really? I don't really get a lot of acting from her. She just says her lines or whatever.
Well, Candy's been on other shows. Like Candy's been doing movies and shows for a long time. So, along with her singing and her writing, she's been acting for a while. So, not to say Lala hasn't, but I mean, I remember when Lala was like in one of those kind of stupid hip hop movies or whatever, a long time ago, right? Long time ago, and she was terrible. But I think I'd say she's gotten better over the years. But I feel like Candy, I don't know, maybe it's her maturity or whatever. And when she picks her characters, it seems to me the characters are similar to Candy, and it makes it easier for her to do that character. Yeah. And that's why I feel like she's more seasoned than Lala. Lala is always the same character. Candy has been many different characters, and it's not playing all the same. Like you can see, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen Candy in other things. I have. She was in another TV series. I mean, she's a couple of TV series. She's always just, the character is never exactly the same, but the character seems to be closer to who Candy is as a person.
I'm like, after maybe next season, I might feel different about Deion Sanders' girlfriend. Like, I think she did pretty good this season now.
So it's funny. Yeah. So it's funny. It's funny. I thought I was gonna say Candy too, and then I think this season gave Lala an opportunity to do something like in the storyline about why she didn't want to have kids, and she was convincing with that. Mm-hmm. And they both play similar characters, because I've seen Candy in a couple of shows, and she's always playing the oversexed something. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I've seen her, right? So in that kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like she also plays, again, like you said, something similar to her, or at least the same type of character. You know what I'm saying? So I just see Candy no matter what role she plays, and she kind of brings it. So I think they're equal to that. Like I said, Zuri, she just, to me, this is my first time really seeing her, and her character is kind of flighty. So I mean, she's committed to that, but I don't. So I think we need to see more range. But I think Lala is, I guess, able to see her in this and BMF at the same time. You can see like there's more depth to this character in this particular season than her other character that she plays. So I mean, I think she's just fortunate to have better writing to work with that, you know. So I would say she's given a better role in the Shy, but they're all committed to the role the best they can. Nuck had 2 Keishas because the girl he was smashing played Keisha an All American. Okay, American Homecoming. Oh, okay, I get that. I like that. I didn't know what her name was as a character. I mean, all I saw was fucking, and I was like, who? And some blonde hair or some shit. And I was like, who is this? And then Rosalind comes in with the gun, and I'm like, what is happening? And I was like, it can't be Tiffany, because I just kept on scratching my head, like, who is this woman right now? Because she just came out of nowhere, or I know she came a couple of times. I would pop Nuck, Zay, Alicia, and old girl for good measure if I was her. So yes, if Rosalind was trying to clean up shop, I mean, you're talking about Rosalind, I guess, that like she should have killed Nuck just in general, because he was a pain in the ass and a danger really. If she was trying to, this would make sense if she was trying to move in on the streets. If she was like, hey, my husband's gone, you're obviously the next one in line, and I need to get you out the way because I want to set up shop, and she was going to become more relevant to the show. That would make more sense to me than I'm trying to avenge my on again, off again husband. We're in the threesome open relationship and whatever the fuck they had going on, in 2020. Like it didn't seem like the kind of relationship that she would ride and kill for. It doesn't seem that way to me, or they didn't do a good job of pointing it out. What was the point of moving her off the floor?
We still trying to figure it out, Nikki. We don't know.
Just put blood on the hands.
Just put blood on their hands, literally.
Yeah, it was dumb as fuck. What's that scene? What was that?
That's a tough one, I think. I'd say Jada. I was more emotionally attached to the Jada.
Yeah, by far.
And cried. Lynn Winfield, I love her, but I said she was gonna die. I said that in the beginning of the season, because you cannot have Felicia Rashad and Lynn Winfield.
She's so big, but even to that point, Kim, I thought Felicia Rashad's character was gonna be there in the church to prove that she was gonna be there next season. Like, I don't remember seeing her or Miles.
Yeah,
but like, to be like, if they're trying to establish that, again, like she's kind of be like the matriarch of the school of the show now, you know what I'm saying, and how she interacts with someone outside of her immediate family. I thought, but I didn't see that someone. So I believe Tiff called the police. Again, why?
Another reason why I don't think Tiff called the police is because if you sent Nuck over to your house, Nuck is a criminal. Why would you call the police? Do you see what I'm saying?
Right. Now you put Nuck in a bad situation.
Exactly.
Not that you can't get out of it.
Why do you guys keep saying that she sent him over there? She said, look into it, right? She didn't say go over there.
But what do you think he's going to do?
He believes that Tiffany believes Alicia is still at the house, right? So I don't think she would be sending Nuck there. She's just saying, yeah, keep your ear to the street. Tell me if you know who hit the house. So
to Jamani's point, the way the text read was much like, put your ear to the streets and see what happens. Yes, I agree. She did not specifically say go to the house or come to the house and check and see what's happening. It's more like, did you hear anything? Like, the robbery already happened, so like, hey, did you hear anything? Type of thing. I give you that. But even as time goes on, she should have said, Nuck, did you hear anything? Have you heard anything? Have you seen anything? Like she said, she hasn't come to the to when she said, wait a minute, Alicia didn't come see me last night, right? Like, so maybe that's what she called, like, off camera. That's when she decided to call the cops, when she figured out that Alicia never showed up.
All right, so what the cutscene is that we don't know what Victor told her when he's leaving the hospital, because he gets the call from Shad, and they know that Shad works for Alicia or whatever, and he's like, come over there, and he won't tell him why he needs to come over there. Did Victor say to Tiffany, I'm going, Shad wants me to come over to Alicia's house?
So then you think at that moment she would say, let me call the cops?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I want to figure out what she knew. We don't know if she knew that that's where Victor was going, or we don't know what the conversation between her and Victor was before he left.
I mean, I don't know why they would have any significant dialogue that we didn't hear. Like that. That's kind of, I don't know why they would do that. But to your point, and again, I don't think they're gonna put this much effort into it. Like it, but maybe someone, as Kim said, someone should have had a ring camera.
Even a neighbor across the street. I agree, Lillian. It could have been, your neighbors have ring cameras, right? Yes. And the city of Chicago has cameras on every telephone pole. It's just like New York. It's just like DC. I mean, yeah. So this doesn't make a lot of sense. Like if they check the cameras, they'll see what happened. Really,
everybody that came.
My question is you guys talk about how the cops are bad in this show and non-existent, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Bakari, who is arrested for having a stolen car, right?
Yes.
Has his DNA in the system like he's a sexual predator or something, right? Mm-hmm. And they can test vomit.
Yes.
To find his DNA. Like they're just randomly testing vomit. Like it's across the street. So test the vomit. Like what? Like this show makes no sense. So when you say they're not gonna do something, if it's far out, they might just do it.
So the whole point was give us a season finale that we want to see what's going to happen next. They will not be in jail longer than 2 episodes, if it even takes that. Like, I can't. You see, we're thinking of power, right? Ghost got arrested. He was in there half the season because he's important. Like he's the center of the show. Victor and Shad are not that important. They just want something to get us to episode 8, season 8, episode 1. They're gonna be like, never mind, we checked the blood. She was killed X hours ago because forensics, and it wasn't YouTube, but fuck it, I don't know who did it, and that would be the end of that. Like, no, this mystery will never be solved because said character never shows up. Like Rosalind is in out every 2 episodes. You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna be around enough to truly be investigated to be like, oh, the bullet matches the ballistics to this and da. None of that's happening. But then we got did Shad forget that he was a convicted felon with a piece on his hip? So just to clarify, he didn't call the authorities. He called his best convict friend and was like, "Hey, let's see if we can handle this ourselves." What was the game plan? Was he gonna chop her body up and stick her in the basement? Like it's always like he was like, we need to get rid of his body. That's what it looked like. Okay, bro, we can't call the cops for some reason. Let's just wrap her up in plastic and get rid of it ourselves, and no one's gonna ask any questions. That's
let's smear blood even more over the house.
Right. Let's just spread blood and DNA and fingerprints while we try to clean this shit. That's the only thing that makes sense that Shad must have thought he was going to try to achieve with this. And I would have been like, nah, bro. Like, you don't make good decisions. Reg is going down for Alicia. He is not. They brought the man. There's nothing tying him to that. He broke into the house best. But when they do a time of death, he was already in and out. Like he's probably on camera running away.
Is not exact by the minute.
He will be fine. At some point, he's gonna be like, "I was here when they did that." He was during the location, but again, like you said, there should have been ring cameras. There should have been witnesses with him getting in the car with Hannibal and driving away, or maybe Hannibal is still working for Nuck. So he calls Nuck to be like, "Hey, Reg robbed Alicia last night. I was the getaway driver. She wasn't there. Like, hey, he didn't kill her because she wasn't there when he was robbing the house." Okay, and we're still doing this whole Hannibal Reg Toussaint thing. Then Hannibal could be the person that clears him in a way. Hannibal should have been dead.
If this was real life, right? It would be cell phone records because your phone would ping off of a tower just being on. You don't have to be making a call. So her phone pings when she's calling Tiffany, right?
Good.
He's at the house. His phone pings somewhere else at the same time, so he didn't do it. But this is not real life.
It must be trending. It doesn't make sense. That should just be the title of these shows. Victor. Well, we got Victor. What's that? Okay. Victor has a better alibi because he was on hospital cameras. Very true. Again, we put way too much effort into this because this show does not. Y'all acting like Duda didn't beat Jimmy's dad on camera and it went nowhere. Exactly. Well, no, yeah, you're right. But no, that video never got out. Kim,
that was when they remember. That's when they got rid of all the cops. So
yeah.
So nobody was looking to even care that this man got beat to death on camera. Like,
yeah. I mean, he got that's true. And then he was the mayor and just ran off, and that video never came.
Yeah,
we will get into that when we talk about Savage Beauty, because I was like, video. I was like, hilarious. Tiff called the police because Alicia never showed up to see her. Again,
she sent Nuck. I'm sorry. I know you guys are saying that you believe that when she said it to him, she wanted to put like a bell in his head, like, if you hear anything about somebody robbing somebody, let us find out what's going on. I don't think these writers, they're just not skilled with this kind of thing, I guess. But to me, it doesn't make common sense to send Nuck, and even though you guys saying no, she didn't do that, I would have went over and to see what happened, right? They robbed her. I'm going over. I'm going to secure her property for her, right? Even though he did not know where the Tiffany was at. Like, that didn't make any sense to me. Like, was Tiffany in the house? Because if Tiffany was in the house, Nuck saw the body and was like, peace.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.
I mean, Tiffany could have been upstairs dead or in need of help.
Somewhere else, or just confirmed. Neither one of them confirmed with each other. So I think what they're saying is, which again doesn't make sense, that after Shad called Victor and Victor left, that after knowing Shad was there, knowing Victor was going there, she decided to call the cops to be like, well, maybe they need extra backup. And I'm like, I don't think she's that stupid. At that point, that's the only time she could have did, because they came after Victor showed up. So whoever
so I'm thinking the neighbors are like, yeah, this guy in a like a undershirt, wife beater, tank top thing or whatever is walking up broad day or whatever. Like, it's one thing that this stuff happened at night, people were asleep or whatever, but this guy is just in this neighborhood in broad day. Nah, something's up. Call the cops.
I feel like they're going to drag this out with Victor and Shad being in jail, although there's proof that Vic was in the hospital all night and just left. It could be. This show
like, Shad has his new girl as an alibi, but I'm like, I should have known that something was up when he's like, I gotta go to work. She's like, you should. There's a lot of people who don't have work to go to. Yeah, that's right. I should be happy about it. I'm like, yeah, you getting fired.
Yeah, you're now completely unemployed. But don't worry, she'll take care of him, because every woman he runs into is going to take care of his dumb ass. Like, he must be slinging, and we just don't know it. Like, I feel like that must be it, because he always finds an older woman to be like, it's okay, baby, you ain't shit, but I'm going to make you something. And I'm like,
because women feel like they can fix broken men. Trust me, I've been one of those women. You think that you can fix them, and you can't. Someone has to want to be fixed, or they want to fix themselves. You can't fix someone for them. That's not going to happen. You can support them and be positive and help in little ways, but you can't make someone change who they are unless they want to change who they are. And some women, they just don't get that. They just and they continuously date the same guy
to their detriment,
Speaking of that, and like Dom and Jamal in therapy or whatever, do you think next season Jamal and
Dominic?
No, the Gemma's unofficial stepmother are going to get together because they both want children. And
no, bro, she left the show too. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, she's done.
Yeah, she's gone.
Her and Gemma's dad, they're gone.
They're gone. They all moved to New York. No, not her. No, she left. No, she
to New York.
Huh?
She didn't move to New York. The Gemma's dad and her moved to New York.
Yeah. No, that character's just gone, Jemani. Yeah, I know she's gorgeous, but she's just gone. They're just cleaning up the roster. For bringing some more characters. Tommy might end up
but I'm just saying that the storylines, it would be nice if they ducktailed into each other, because it's the same storyline. Why did you repeat the same storyline in the season. One couple breaks up because of it, and the other one is like trying to work it out or whatever. Just switch partners.
Hey, bro, you bringing up too many good points for a show that don't read very well. Yes, you're not the only one who thought it didn't make no damn sense. So I'm glad we're all together. So see, that's why you're part of this channel. Victor need to kick shot broke homosexual bum ass out of the house. He always has been a user and a liability in his life. Absolutely. Like if he ain't living off Victor, he's living off some woman, and then has the audacity to be like, Alicia's trying to change me. She's trying to control. She's trying to make you something useful, and she gave you a job, and you don't like the fact that a woman has more than what you got, and you ain't got shit. And then he's still living off her because that's her as employer. You know what I'm saying? So,
but he's jealous of Bakari because he has a future. She's taking interest in his book.
Yes. Yeah,
Why doesn't he get something of his own?
Damn, I forgot about that. He was like, she's trying to place me with this young man. I'm like, come on, bro. Like that's just this sad ass insecurity. I don't know, bro.
Sean is a criminal. Do you think he's gonna be secure? No. Sean is
he knows how to bring it down. He should start his own social media platform on how to teach men how to trap women, because he is very good at it. Like I don't know what the skill is.
You'd be surprised how many men do this. Homosexual, it is a real thing, man. Really.
Damn, come on, man.
Dodging, trying to get away from them because they're always in your face. As soon as you say, "Oh, I got a job," how long you been on your job? Anywhere from 10 plus years, they go after you. It's like, oh, they got money. They must have money.
Security.
I think that the men's group should be ran by Shad and like Keith. And Keith should be his he should mentor him or whatever. I think that would work for him.
So, okay, who's unemployed? Damien. Damien should have been murdered by the end of this season. Like, there's so many people that should want him dead at some level that he's fucked over, and somehow he's living better. Like, I was like, he is unemployed. Remember that his girlfriend actually has more of a job than he does because she's gonna get paid to take care of 2 kids. You know what I'm saying? And he still ain't working. It don't make any sense. Keith is unemployed because of him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it don't make any sense. It don't make any sense. Oh man,
you know what it's like, y'all. When is his name Keith, right? The one that lives with the how did when he saw that money in the what is it called?
Oh yeah, in the air vent or whatever. I know.
Air vent. I swear, y'all, I thought he was gonna take that money and bounce. Be like,
that's a good point. I would have packed that shit up and been like, bye.
No, but Damien is unemployed. He has a job.
Who?
What?
Damien.
What? He got fired.
Remember Nuck put him with Hannibal and he was like, you better be here to work the graveyard shift or whatever.
That's right. And guess what? He stole from Hannibal and that still never got brought back. He stole the mushrooms. Yeah. You're right, Jamad. You are correct. He does have a job. But again, he never paid back Reg for the $2,000 he still owes him, for example. And don't act like Reg is kind of dude that just forgives and forgets. So like that just don't make any sense that he never whooped his ass and got that money back. But you're right. But he's never went back to work. I mean, in that sense, like you never simply like, hey, I gotta go. But you're right. He does have a job.
Yeah, Damien does, but Keith does not.
Yeah, Keith is still unemployed because of him. Yeah. And doing shit, but helping committing crimes with the Reg and crew. But you're right. If I saw all that money, bro, if I was that type of man, I would scoop that shit up and been out.
At least 5, maybe 10,000. I would have been like,
all of it. Ain't no least nothing. I would have packed that shit up and be like, hey girl, you coming with me? Oh, you staying with this dumb motherfucker? Well, then I'm out. I'm trying to let's just leave because he held us at gunpoint in this house. Okay, so we need to move away or just leave him in jail. Like, let this go its natural course. Like, why are we trying to get? You just met this dude. Also, we never got this other woman's sister, Hannibal's wife's sister, which apparently is a big deal.
Yeah, I think she's coming next season, or maybe at the end of the season. But it's over, right? Okay, so maybe for next season.
Yeah, because people saying like,
we're trying to get younger people on the show, so I think
they're trying to get some new blood into the show. I guess for another 8 seasons, but if this show goes long enough that we see Emmett physically turn into Darnell, I don't want to do this show no more. Like, you the only reason I did this show, but I swear to, if he gets old enough to
we
be
didn't want to do
Darnell
this show anymore anyway. But
damn it, I know.
we
I
are.
said, but like, yo, don't make me do this show. If he gets the gray beard and all this shit, we've been doing this for too long. Like, if Keisha starts to look like Jada, we've been doing this for too long. Like, damn it. Like, oh man, when EJ is old enough to sell his own drugs, we've been doing this for too long. Like, I don't. If he turns into Tariq, I don't want to see it.
No. What I've seen from EJ this season, it looked like he eat paste or something. Like he seems.
Don't be like that, Jamani. No. He has some kind of special.
He looks like he may have like some type of learning curve. Yeah.
Yeah, he does. And this whole school, to this conversation, right? This whole homeschool thing would have made more sense if you would have saw Keisha trying to educate EJ and Ronnie, who also has some kind of emotional or mental issues. Like, if she was taking care of these kids and she was actually fleshing that out. So we're like, oh yeah, you're gonna start your homeschool. Because remember, like you said, it was Devontae's mom. One of their mom was like, oh yeah, because she was helping them out too, right? At Mother's Day, on Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
So if this was more of a thing, I can understand what we're gonna be doing with Keisha in the future.
I'm like, it would make more sense if she actually finished a semester of college, because she just dropped out mid-semester because I have too much, I can't study with the kids or whatever. And like, so how are you able to teach somebody if you don't have the necessary knowledge to do so?
Well, I think she's going to have to, she's going to have to get some type of certificate or something. You can't just do homeschooling. But I will say, when COVID was around, parents, just regular everyday parents, were doing homeschooling, and they would, and then like the teachers, you would get online with the teacher. And then once the teacher's off the line, then that you have to do everything else yourself. So she can do it, but I don't know if she could do it for profit until she gets the credentials.
So again, doing your own kids or doing it for profit, right? And I think it does depend on the state. You know what I'm saying? Like some states have lesser restrictions when it comes to homeschooling and that kind of thing. So I don't know about Illinois. So maybe so maybe she can do it for that. But it just would be interesting to see what she does. But again, why do you need Zuri? Because she said I need a nanny. That implies she's doing something outside the house, that she needs someone to take care of Ronnie, and now Jada, in a sense. But then again, Nuck, at times has been a pretty decent father. So again, we don't have that part. So again, I do want to address this because I thought actually tricked me to believe that maybe Keisha and Emmett were actually going to leave the show as Jada requested. And I was like, damn it. And he's like, no, mama, I'm gonna stay here. Okay, baby, I respect your decision. Damn it. I was like, I thought I was so lucky.
Like, if you thought he was gonna leave because of that, I'm like, he had a whole restaurant in New York and never went to see it. And you think he's just gonna up and move?
Well, again, with the dying mama's wish, I really thought again, but I was like, who's gonna replace him? As much as he's irritating, he's a corner point part of the show now. Like his story and Keisha are really like front and center, and everybody else are kind of works around them, really. So like they didn't give they don't have a proper replacement. I mean, Victor is a very gauge. I would like to see Victor's rise. If he could do some more things and some useful shit. You know what I'm saying? But Victor's, I think he's a better actor. I think he could be a better character. But they would have to give him a family. So again, he could be raising Rob Jr. I guess if Tiffany wasn't running around trying to give Nuck the draws too. Like it would just seem kind of weird. But I mean, I would rather watch Victor.
Do Bakari and Lene. They could maybe be the center.
Nah, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. But I mean, they could. But like, what does Bakari do for money? Like he was living off Alicia, and like so without the scholarship, what the fuck is he doing? And what does Lene work? Everybody works for Emmett. He is the center of this universe. Like he employs half the cast. Like he employs.
But I think Alicia, that scholarship doesn't go away just because Alicia died. I'm sure she pulled it. She pulled it. She did pull it. She pulled it. Yeah, she did. Because he lied to her. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now with Tiffany now being the heir to the to the fortune, right? now you open up where she's like, hey, I'll take care of you, Bakari, and that kind of thing. So it may change the dynamic, right? Like maybe she's now big money pants, and she starts to take care of. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's what they're gonna do with this. I don't know. That'd be interesting.
People think Bakari is gonna die at the end of season 9. I mean season 8.
I love how you take it to not. They need to go to a good 10 and just be done with it. I don't know, but that's a good. If he lived this long, I can't see him leaving. Like I thought this was going to be it, especially with the book. Like that's what I'm saying. But I'm running it out. All right, Kim. Anything else before we say goodbye? Anything you want to see next
that's it. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Thank you guys. See you next weekend.
Thank you.
Tomorrow? Wait, are we doing anything tomorrow? Like all the Queen's Men?
All the Queen's Men tomorrow.
That's right. So we'll see you tomorrow.
But that's my fault. I didn't put it in the chat. So tomorrow, 4 o'clock, we'll do all the Queen's Men. That'll take us to 4 to 5, and then I'm doing Eyes of Wakanda at 6. But all the Queen's Men tomorrow at 4.
Cool. I'll be here. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Gil. Later. All right, Jemani. Any final words, my friend?
This show is not going to ever end. Showtime, Paramount, Skydance. They have invested in Chicago. Like Shameless went on for 12 seasons. They have people there that they employ. This show is Chicago. Is gonna go for 12 seasons minimum.
I hear you, Jemani. I hear you. Before the merger, Paramount was saying that The Chi and Uncoupled, which never came back, or was a type of content they wanted to focus on, and they clearly did it with The Chi. I mean 12 episodes. They extended it 2 episodes as a standard now. So I can see if I can see it. I'm
like last season they broke it into 2 and they had 16.
I thought they were trying to end it, and I thought I was wrong. I was completely wrong. But yeah, this is going the distance. It's going distance. Anything you want to see for season 8?
Yeah, Darnell's character, everything that's going on with him. Not Darnell, Damien's character. I like to see what's going on with him. But Darnell as well. I love Wendy Raquel Robinson. So yeah. Whatever the show needs to do to keep her on this show, do it storyline wise. Yeah.
She'll be the new love interest. I mean, Jada gave her blessing for her husband to move on, so I'm pretty sure Riley will stick around.
I'm like, I hate that this show has turned into Reasonable Doubt because I'm like, I really don't want to see marriage counseling with Dom and Jamal. Like, and how is it that people get shot and like this show is super sad? Everybody gets shot, and next episode they're magically healed. Rob, Emmett, Jamal, nobody's paralyzed. Nobody has lifelong ailments or anything. It's just I got shot and I'm fine. Like it's Chicago.
It's Chicago. I get you. But they just do time jumps and move it on. But come on, anything major?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, comment, subscribe.
Thanks, Giovanni. And I guess we won't see you tomorrow. But next week for BMF and foolishness. All right, man. Boop. To answer your question, what happened to last week's Dexter? So we didn't get a lot of views for our first Dexter video. So my standard is at least 100 views, and we didn't get 100 views. So we will do the rest of the season as one video. So that's what we're gonna do. So we'll do the rest of the episode. It's really one story anyway. I don't think it's worth doing it week to week, my own personal thing. But we will wrap up but thank you for asking, Yvonne. I appreciate that. So that's how we will do that. All the Queen's Men will be tomorrow, as I said. Crazy that Keisha's named her son and daughter after Ronnie and Jada. Oh, that's a good point. That just shows you how incestuous this show is and how it's going on too long. But you're absolutely right. And they're both dead. They both dated. Damn, that's a That's interesting. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Come back tomorrow. All the Queensmen, 3:00. Eyes on Wakanda, 6:00. And we got other content coming for you in August. Truly, thanks always. Now, see you in the comments. I will get to the comments. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching us, people in the chat.
I enjoy the view very much. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this. Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You're gonna be like, oh shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
But do go there.
Oh shit.
Casey, do your thing.
Fuck that shit.
But anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just gonna end this broadcast and say bye.